السلام عليكم.
Hello, hello, hello. Yes, can everybody hear me? I think should be no problem, right? Okay. Sorry. Okay. So let's get all right. So before we get our session for today started, first I want to remind everybody again, there is a verified support system in the BitNet, which is help everybody to verify the so-called
Hello, how are you?
customer service that that direct message you. All right. So when you get this verification success means that it's the real ones. Okay. Just take a look on this and how we going to do that. All right. Just pay attention on this. Okay.
To verify BitNest customer team support, so just click on join community. We right here you see verify customer support. So I'll go to Telegram, the BitNest official Telegram group. So we use the platform manager. Copy the username, go back, paste the username, click on verification. Successful. So it's a real BitNest customer or team. So with this, you're able to verify real customer service representative that is part of BitNest.
All right. That system is for verifying the ambassador, the manager, the customer service, not to verify yourself. All right. So before I get my session start, so is there anybody have any questions to ask, or what? Right. I hope that everybody clear on that. Okay. Let's see. Actually, I see a lot of new faces here today. All right. I hope that's all my sharings are like who this Nachla Abdul Malik. Hello. Welcome. All right. So this is the okay. Let's look at the topic today. Why BitNest will be left standing. All right. So actually today there are so many of projects in the market, but a lot of them 3 months, 4 months, they were gone. All right. But BitNest have been in the market close to 2 years. All right. So the content we're going to talk about is about why we must talk about the evolution of TV and the global finance megatrends and the BitNest visions and detailed analysis of BitNest four core mechanisms and BitNest and the global way for compliance. All right. Okay, let's get our sessions started. Right. Okay. So over the past 15 years, the financial world have undergone unprecedented disruptions. So from the emerging of Bitcoins to Ethereums and introduction of the smart contract. All right. For the people that's newly to all this, maybe it's a bit new for about this smart contract. All right. So the explosive rise of the DeFi, especially the DeFi, decentralized finance. So we have witnessed a collision between the traditional finance system and the decentralized technology. Okay, so today we must ask a crucial question. Is DeFi merely a short-lived speculative craze, right? Or is it an unavoidable the stage in the evolutions of the global financial system, right? This will come into our minds, right, when we talk about these new trends. So the importance of these questions cannot be overstated. For institutions, they represent both challenge and opportunities, right? A new tracks in the financial race. So for normal people, it may be the first time in the history they can truly stand on the same starting line as the institutions. Why I said like that? All right. So this is why we must talk about the evolutions of DeFi, and we must clearly understand where is it heading and why BitNest will be the key player in the shaping this evolutionary path, right? When you look at that, in 2009, so BitNet burst, come out for the first time in history. It provided a humanity with a decentralized value transfer system that do not rely on bank, right? I remember last time that people said that this is bullshit, this is scam or what, But its mission was simple, to become a peer-to-peer electronic cash, all right? So it enabled anyone to make payments without intermediaries, all right? But that business functionally was too limited last time. It was more of a store of value than a comprehensive financial infrastructure. So in 2015, Ethereum was born, okay? Introduction, the concept of smart contract. So people realize that finance is not just about payments. It also includes lending, leasing, trading, investments, insurance, and a lot more. So all of which could now be automated and executed through code, right? So this marks the first step of financial decentralization. So countless innovations follow, right? Like what Uniswap disrupt traditional trading models with automated market makings, and AAVE and Compound, these two platforms enable lending and borrowing without bank approvals, all right? And a Yearn Finance pioneer the automated yield aggregation, all right? So, but because of this, also problem also come. Okay, the first generation of DeFi become more of a technology experience, all right? So most projects were still in the game for capital players, whereas retail investors often got lost in the cycle of volatility and risk. So when you're looking from a broader historical perspective, every major innovations in the finance system has reshaped the distribution of wealth. Just like in 1980s to 1990s, the rise of US stock markets and mutual funds created the first generation of individuals who achieved financial freedom through capital markets. And after 2000s, our year 2000, the internet and e-commerce boom gave entrepreneurs and investors who seized the platform opportunities a new round of massive wealth accumulations. And then after 2010, the birth of Bitcoins and blockchains allowed normal people for the first time to join directly in global financial market without relying on institutions, right? So the pattern is very clear. Every finance wave redistribute wealth. So by the time all right. So this is why we must talk about evolution of DeFi, right? It's not just about the technology upgrades. It's a time of window where normal people are racing against the institutions, right? So, although DeFi opened the door for normal people like us to join, like just like when we joined in BitNest, we must admit that the first generation of DeFi did not fundamentally change all this, right? Because why? First, excessive speculations. All right, many projects rely on liquidity minings and high APYs to attract the capital. All right, but lack of real business logic. All right, and then the second is the risk and barriers remains. So DeFi claim to be decentralized and open to everyone, but actually in practice it's not that simple. Water operation were complex, gas fee were high, and contract vulnerabilities were frequent. So all this. And then also the lack of educations and replication mechanism. So most DeFi platform focus only on absorbing funds without considering user educations. So as a result, newcomers very hard to understand. All right. So in short, first generation DeFi was more like a playground for all these big wheels, playground for capital. It proved that decentralization was possible, but it did not solve all these core issues, right? So BitNet is not emerge out of thin air. So this is an invaluable evolution built on the successes of the failure of the past DeFi project, right? So BitNet's four core mechanisms directly address the shortcoming, right? Like what's the saving box, the stable entry points, solving the problem of normal people struggling to get start, and the loop leasing mechanism, driven by real demands, avoid bubble and Ponzi style logic, right? And also the MEC tokens, the fuel of the ecosystem, empower the long-term development instead of being just another A coins, right? And then also this 17-level commission system, educations, replications, and making teaching itself a source of income and accelerations of adoptions. All right. So in essence, BitNet is not repeating the old path of DeFi, but instead is point toward a new evolution directions from speculation to institutions. So from short-term to long-term wealth, right? And from being a game for new to become a shared prosperity for the many. All right. Okay, let's look at this. So just now we just reviewed the emergence of the Bitcoins, Ethereums, and the first wave of DeFi, right? So now let's look at the central idea, all right? The evolution of DeFi is not a matter of choice, but it's an unavoidable trend, all right? So to understand this, we must place it within the broader context of the global finance landscape, all right? Trends determine directions, all right? And only when the direction is right can afford be effective, right? Okay, let's look at the first one. The limitations and inequities of traditional finance. All right, like what? High barriers. All right, to enter capital markets, normal people must overcome complicated accounts opening procedures, credit assessments, and some even the geographic restrictions. All right, especially like young workers, in a developing country, it's very easy to get rejected by the bank because of unstable incomes or lack of credit history, right? And scams will be this high cost. According to World Bank data 2022, the average fee for cross-border remittance is around 6.5%. It means that if a migrant worker spend $1,065 may be deducted, right? It's nearly equivalent to several days of salary. But if you compare transferring USDT or on chain usually costs less than $1, right? And then the information unequal, all right? For the institution, always they have insider news, right? So that's why they can make decisions and make decisions better and earlier. But for normal people, we cannot do that, all right? So as a result, the rich get richer and poor get poorer, all right? So that's the problem. Okay. So in 2009, so Bitcoin was born, all right? So the revolution aspect of DeFi are like what? Borderless, anyone with one smartphones, a wallet can enter the global finance cycle, all right? And transparent. All rules are written into smart contracts, verified on change, okay? And not dependent on personal promises. Everything you can check on chain. And then always on operation run 24 hours per day without national borders or market closure, all right? So traditional finance relies on centralized intermediaries, while DeFi relies on immutable codes, all right? So that is the biggest difference. Right, let's look at some of the data, proven data, all right? So in 2023 report, the IMF point out that there are more than 114 countries are researching central bank digital currency, all right, with 11 already in the pilots or implementation stage, all right? And then the World Bank has also stated in its official publications that digital currency can help reduce the cost of cross-border payments and expand the reach of financial inclusions. So, in other words, digitalizations and decentralization are no longer a fringe topic, but have been incorporated into the mainstream agenda of global financial institutions. Right? Okay. So because of that, the common concern of normal people will be this.
Shall I speak?
Will this digital currency, hold on. Will digital currency be completed banned or not? You know, in some country they have this issue, but in fact being dispelled because very
Shall I
mainstream
speak?
are themselves driving towards all these institutionalizations. All right. So the common concern of normal people is like that, but based on all the trends that we can see that it's not a problem. Okay. Yep. Good. All right. I mean, greetings to everyone, to Magics, all right, Michi, and everyone. Okay. So, and also following with the global wave of compliance, okay, the Europe's MiCA regulations, okay, the world first united regulation framework for crypto assets, you know, setting a clear rules for token issuance, stable coin management, and trading platform operations. And also in Hong Kong with all these crypto asset licensings, all right, and also the Singapore and UAE both actively support Web3 and DeFi and tribunal attracting numbers of projects. All right. Okay. So the conclusion from all this trend is clear that it's a non-compliance and unsustainable project will gradually disappear. All right. Safe, transparent, compliance, and demand-driven project will become the mainstream over the next 3 to 5 years. All right. So BitNest capital leasing logic, support by the authentic reports, and the permissionless mechanism align naturally with the global direction of the compliance, right? Okay. So let's look at this, the huge opportunity in the global financial leasing markets, all right? A lot of people say that this is impossible, but I have to do some research on that. So BitNet's core logic is capital leasings, okay? It's not just a imaginary concept. but one of the correspondent to a massive real world market, right? So according to industry statistic from 2023, the global financial leasing market has already exceeded $1.4 trillion in size, right? So among the faster growing regions in Asia Pacific, China, India, and Southeast Asia, all expanding rapidly. Okay. So the essence of leasing is very simple. Okay. Paying a usage fee rather than taking on debts. Enterprises, in order to access capital or equipment, pay a fee, but do not assume the high risk burden of that. Understand? So BitNest innovation lies in bringing this mature leasing logic into blockchain, right? Using smart contract to directly match ordinary people's funds with institutional demands. So it's creating a transparent, real, and sustainable cycle of returns. So this is why BitNest fundamentally is different from Ponzi scheme, right? Ponzi scheme is new money cover the old money with no real business, right? But in BitNest, institution pay leasing fees, investor earn returns, and everything is verifiable on change, right? But of course, if you're asking who are these list institutions, of course, the chain will not tell you because blockchain is transparent, is on all the transactions. All right, it's not transparent on the ID. All right, you have to make this different. All right. Okay. So just now we already talked about the global trends and history patterns and the decentralized finance. So what we're going to talk next is who can truly represent the new generation of DeFi. I mean, to me, it's BitNet. BitNet is not simply to provide yields, but to build a transparent, compliance, and replicable decentralized financial ecosystem. All right. The first is the core of its missions, putting normal people on the same starting line as the institutions. They give the normal people a chance. All right. And then the three dimensions of missions. Okay. BitNet mission is not just a slogan. All right. It is concentrated, expressed in three dimensions. First, the mission of education. All right. In BitNet, we always educate everybody. All right. When you have someone to set up wallets, complete their first investment, you will receive a long-term commission. All right. So BitNet encourage educations. So by doing this, it turns education from an unpaid into a profitable activities, right? So by doing this, the entire ecosystem gains the ability to self-replicate and expand, right? So BitNet pioneered the concept of education as incomes, making true financial illusion possible, right? And the second will be this. All right. So, and then the second will be this, the mission of inclusions. All right. Traditional finance has extremely high entry barriers. Okay. So in BitNet, you can join as low as $100 or even $1. Okay. You don't need no need degrees, no connections, only a smartphone and wallet are needed. All right. So this is true financial inclusion. Transform finance from elite games into an opportunities. Right. And then the next will be the mission of compliance. All right. So the biggest concern of most people have about DeFi is non-compliance and lack of protections. All right. From the very beginnings, BitNet have embedded compliance into its designs. All right. And all logic is written into on-chain smart contract, which cannot be tampered with, right? So returns come from institution leasing fees, plus the real transaction fees from bank and swaps. So not from robbing Peter to pay Paul or this model, right? So the core contract has passed the certificate reports, all right? Authoritatively, audits are fully open for public verifications, all right? So the platform has renounced the contract permissions, okay? Ensure that no one can misappropriate the funds, right? All are proven with the third-party evidence. Everything you can be checked, right? So BitNest compliance is not a verbal promise, but the inevitable outcomes of its mechanism level design, right? Okay, now let's look at the BitNest ecology blueprints, all right? So BitNest mission is not merely a project, but it is a long-term evolving ecosystem, right? Sandbox, a low barrier entry points, solving the problem of how to start. Loop leasing model, connecting to real demands, solving the questions of where returns come from, all right? The MVC tokens, the field of the ecosystem, solving the question of long-term value. And these 17-level commission mechanisms, educations, and replications, solving the question of scaling up, right? And the DAO governance, ultimately hand over the community, solving the question of perpetual assistance. So this means that BitNet mission is to transform normal user from investor into become participants, partners, and co-builders, right? This is what other project that cannot compare, right? Why BitNest can fulfill all this mission, all right? They are mainly by 4 points, backed by the real market logic, all right? The global leasing market is worth 1.4 trillions, all right? So BitNet is not inventing from scratch, but bringing a mature model onto the blockchain, right? And also this verifiable security assurance with certain audits and permissionless contract. BitNet is not a centralized black box, okay? And also this long-term ecosystem expansions. And you see the public chain and DAO governance ensure BitNet is not just a product, but an ever-expanding system, right? And also the structural educations and application is the most important, all right? To give normal people access to institutional level financial tools and opportunities for the first times, and to truly reshape the wealth distribution through transparent, compliance, replicable mechanism. So this is why always we say that BitNet is not just another short-life DeFi project, all right? It is a representative of a new generation of DeFi, all right? And the inevitable direction of the decentralized finance. Okay. So this is some of the details of the BitNest 4 core mechanisms, all right? First is the saving bounce, allowing everybody to start easy, okay? So bank saving rates can hardly outpace the inflation, all right? So in 2024, the average annual interest rates in the US was only like 0.45%, all right? I don't know in your country what is the interest rate, but I don't think it's high, right? So for normal people, saving money is not only fails to create wealth, it can actually make them poorer, right? So saving box is very straightforward, all right? Daily static yield can reach 0.4% with 20, okay? This is saving box, but for the loop, you can earn 24% in 38 days, okay? And then the next will be the loops, all right? Loop leasing mechanisms. Okay, the best part of BitNest smart contract lease user funds to these institutions and institution pay a user's fee. All right. Okay. And then upon maturity, funds are automatically returned and profits are distributed directly to the users, right? So in terms of the compliant advantage, leasing is not a lending, all right? It does not create debt obligations and it's legally avoid default risks, okay? Because, right? And also the smart contracts are executed automatically. Funds cannot be misappropriated and the revenue flow is fully visible, right? Okay, let's look at this part. Right? And also the MEC tokens, all right? So MEC token is business functional utility tokens, carrying three key roles like what? Payment tools, governance tokens, incentive mechanisms, all right? So in long term, as MEC is applied in the BNC public change, cross-chain payment and the stable coins become the fuel of the ecosystem, right? And also in the 17 levels, a lot of people think that that is a Ponzi style, right? If they don't understand, okay? So all commission come from the platform marketing cost pool, all right? It's not from the investor principal, all right? So contributors are reward with structural amplified returns. And since commissions are part of marketing costs, they do not affect fund safety or the logic of returns, right? So with all four mechanisms, when we put all these four mechanisms together, we can see a complete closed loop, right? Saving box is the entry points, loop is the engine, MEC is the field, 17 level commission is the amplifier, right? So together they form BitNest missions delivery system, right? If so, each mechanism corresponds directly to the most pressing questions of from normal people, like how do I entry? You use saving box. Okay, so this return are real? Is just look at the loop listings, all right? And then can it be last long? Just look at the MEC tokens, all right? Okay, and then how you earn, how you replicate it. Just look at the 17 level commissions, all right? Everything is there, all right? Okay. So in the early days of blockchain, DeFi was often labeled as being gray zones, raised and full of scam. Okay, but since 2022, global finance and enter a new stage of compliance. Okay, the Europe MiCA regulations, Hong Kong, Singapore, and UAE have open digital asset licensings. All right, and the US is advancing its own institutional frameworks. All right, the trend is now clear. The future of DeFi is not outright prohibitions, but integration into the mainstream financial system. Okay, so in these coming compliance will suffer, more than 90% of project will be eliminated, right? Yet, BitNet is positioned to remain. Okay, the reason is very simple. From day one, it was built with compliance in mind. All right, with what? The first sounds logic, all right, return from institutional license and transaction fees, okay, and then the transparent contracts, audit by certificates, all right, and then the compliance tokens, MEC is positioned as utility tokens, okay, and the decentralized funds are fully custodied on change, ensure that even the team disappear, the system will continue to run automatically, right? And we look at the outlook for the next 3 to 5 years, right? Like industry will suffer, most project without audits or real business will be disappear. All right, definitely. All right. and the compliance protections. Future competitor will no longer is about high yield. All right, it's about safety and compliance. All right, where BitNest holds a first mover advantage. In fact, BitNest return is not that high. All right, if you compare BitNest return to other crypto projects, BitNest profit is considered low. Right. So in conclusions, choosing BitNest today is not just about joining a platform, all right? It's about standing at the forefront of the next generation of compliant finance, all right? So 3 years from now, you will either thank yourself to grabbing the opportunity or regret having missed it again, all right? Okay, you have to know that the wave of compliance is the inevitable evolution of DeFi. Bit project will be eliminated. All right, while the authentic system will remain. All right, and BitNest already remain for so long. All right, even me also do this so many things for 1.5 years already. All right, so BitNest 4 defining features: sound logic, transparent contract, compliance tokens, and decentralized mechanism to ensure that it will not only survive but also stand up as a demonstrative case. All right. Okay. So that's all for my sharing for today. So is there anybody have any questions or anything to ask or anything to share with us? All right. Eddie? Eddie, you have anything to talk?
No
Hello?
question. Thank you for the sharing. Hello. Pastor Shegun is on the line.
Yes, second.
Thank you. Thank you for the sharing.
All
I
right.
believe that people are hearing it. Those people that refuse to do business now, by the time it is 3 to 5 years, they will even be begging us that they want to enter. We will not accept them again.
Yeah, because you have been in business more than a year, I think 15 months or 14 months, something like that, right? Yep.
Yes.
So
So thank you.
yeah, whatever you think or people, whatever you plan 1 year ahead, I think now you already achieve it, correct or not? I think you have
Yes.
yes.
Business is just like a tree that you plant. It's just like a bamboo tree. When by the time it start growing, the people that planted it too, in fact, it might not be showing too much now, but by the time it starts spreading all over the world, people will know that yes, we are really genuine. We are not fake. They will know that we are genuine because people are still saying, hello.
Yes. Yeah,
People,
yes.
they will go to AI. They will go to AI. They will go to what's it called? And this AI sometimes say business. They say business is not this. I say it's a lie. With what we saw and the security that we are building, business has come to stay, and we are going very high. So these are the kind of people I'm saying that by the time they will come to see and they will be back, they will say they want to join. We will not allow them to join because they thought maybe we are joking now. So that is it.
Yes.
Yes, they thought maybe.
Yes.
So we are doing it. With the grace of God, I know. By the time we enter 2026, they will see a great thing again with all the security and the building and everything. They will know that yes, we are not all caricature. We are trying to build a good network.
Yes. Yes. And then
Thank you, sir.
yes, thank you. And then
Ahmed,
yes. Yeah, Ilha, yes.
there are some people that are raising their hand. Can they speak?
Yes, please. Aslam, are you there?
My brother, you are here. It's too long. I've heard your voice. So
Yeah. So whoever want to talk, you just can I mean on your mics, you know. I think both of them
Yeah, there are two people raising AD and Islam. Can you say something?
AD has been raising again since my session starts. I don't think he's listening. Right, maybe Aslam, yes. Right. Hello, Aslam. Hello. If no, then I will just end up my session here for today.
yes, thank you.
If not,
Thank you for the sharing of today.
Yes, all right. I think they are not here. Right. Okay, never mind. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for
Thank
the
you very much.
thoughts.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, Assalam.
Okay.
Assalam, hello.
Hello, Pastor.
Hello.
Can you
Yes.
mute your mic? There's background. There's background.
Hello.
Sorry, sir. Can you mute
Our
your
language,
mic?
our
Wait.
language is Urdu. Your
Wait.
language is English. Many is Pakistani Indians not understand English.
Actually, we have Indians to do Zoom meeting also, right? Every day. So maybe you can just pay attention on this English community group. All right. Okay. Actually, we have so many people, so many leaders are doing Zoom meeting every day with different language. Right. So uh, this is the English Zoom meeting. Right. So I cannot speak so many language. All right. And greetings to Diana, all right?
Right.
Okay.
Witness,
Yeah, I think, hello, Mr. Ami. I
witness,
think there are India community that host Zoom
witness
every
coming
day.
to Asia how much time?
Mhm. It's okay. It's okay. I think that's you can have if I mean for Indian community, Indian member, you can join the Indians Zoom meetings. All right. I think every day we'll have. All right. Just pay attention on the group message. Okay. All right. I think then that's all for my today's presentations and today's sessions. All right. Hope that everyone have a nice weekend. All right. Have a nice weekend. Have a good
All right, all right.
uh,
Good,
Thank you.
good
God
night.
bless you.
day. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.